So viruses are not alive. Viruses are non-living microorganisms which can typically be defined as obligate intracellular parasites, meaning they are obliged or have to reproduce inside a host. And viruses differ in three main ways from living cells. Number one, they are acellular, i.e. the viruses, are not composed of cells. They are acellular. For example, the simplest of viruses is only a capsid, a protein coat, which surrounds the nucleic acid. Number two, they have either DNA or RNA, not both. And number three, they must reproduce within host cells.
Everybody, what's going on? This is the one and only Bervin A. Jackson coming to you again from the beautiful, hot Atlanta, Georgia. Toxic black mold survivor, hernia mesh survivor, diabetic survivor, herpes survivor, renal failure that went through the worst illness that anybody can ever go through and survived. And today, folks, I'm coming back to talk about the very things that got me started as a natural healer back in 2010 when I had the diagnosis of having oral herpes. And I was told, like you was told, that this was a virus. And once I eradicated this parasite from my lips, I was having very bad outbreaks. I was having outbreaks that I can see with my visible eyes. And once I eradicated this condition over 15 years ago, it has never came back. It has never broke out my lips like a freight train was going across them. That hasn't happened anymore. Now, when this video first came on, the man said something in the video that I've been saying now for 15 years, that when I said this back 15 years ago, people thought that I was out of my mind. And he said the same thing. You heard him say that viruses are non-living. Right. Viruses are non-living, but they are intracellular parasites. When I came out and said this back in 2010 in my videos, when everybody else was preaching the same nonsense, herpes is a virus, HPV is a virus, and all this virus stuff, I came out and said in my videos that herpes was a parasite, and people thought I was crazy, okay? And from that time, they did not want to deal with me. They didn't want to get any of my protocols, okay? That was 15 years ago. But you know what? I haven't changed the message at all. It hasn't changed. It's the same message, that all conditions are parasites. As I said then, as I've been saying now for 15 years. That herpes, cancer, HPV, HIV, these are all parasites. And a lot of these parasites, they get inside the cell. So they're called intracellular parasites. Okay? So your medical profession and your educational system has trained you to believe one way. The same things that you was trained to believe in school, I was trained the same stuff. We was all trained to believe one way about everything. They trained us to believe everything was a virus, everything was a bacteria, fungus. It don't exist. Fungus can't hurt nobody. Oh, you only get fungus on your toes and your fingernails. Okay. So folks, as you've heard me say for 15 years, a lot of my videos you don't see because I hid them. I had to hide a lot of my videos. But now the message is the same. It was the same way back then. It's the same way right now. I don't care if you're 20. I don't care if you're 19. I don't care if you just got out of high school or college. It's still the same message that all conditions are caused by a parasite and viruses are non-living. Actually, I'm going to break down what is a virus. A virus is nothing more but the chemicals that fungi releases. Let me say it again. Viruses are nothing more but chemicals, okay, that parasites release. And fungus is a parasite. So how in the world can you kill a chemical? I have said this same message over and over and over and over again for 15 years. It's called repetition. It's called repetition saturation. Repetition saturation. I've said the same stuff over and over and over again. Okay, viruses are non-living, but they are parasites. These are parasites are living. What you feel in your body that's crawling around inside your body, these are parasites that's crawling in your body. Parasites. Parasites have feet. Parasites have teeth. Okay, that's the only thing that you have in your body that's crawling, are parasites. And the reason why they're in your body is because of a condition called leaky gut syndrome. The parasites have been able to penetrate through your gut, and now it's inside the bloodstream. And once the parasites get inside the bloodstream, they can pretty much go where they want to go. See? So as I said then, 15 years ago, I'm saying the same now. Until you fix your gut, here we go. Until you fix your gut, here we go, and kill all the parasites in your body, as I said 15 years ago, you are not going to eradicate nothing. But what you have out here today, you have these so-called therapists who have not been through anything, and what they are teaching you to start a program that's going to purify your blood, and then after they purify your blood, go take a PCR or DNA test or an antibody test, and your condition is gone. Your blood may be clean for a very short time, okay? You may have clean blood for a very short period of time, but you did not fix the problem. See, you did not fix your gut. This is how the parasites came in the first time, because your gut was leaky. And as I preached this 15 years ago, it's the same today. Okay? Anybody can purify blood. You can purify your blood by doing a coffee enema. You could do a coffee enema today, and that would purify all the blood in your body. You could take your herpes test today and test negative. But here's the question. For how long will you be negative? How long will you be negative? Because you have not fixed the problem. You just clean your blood. And because your profession, okay, based everything on clean blood and not the gut and not any type of parasite, because they believe that parasites only come from a foreign country. So here in America, they don't believe in parasites. Okay? So clean blood, people, just because your blood is clean does not mean you have fixed the problem. Unless you fix your gut, unless you kill the parasites in your cells and outside of your cells, unless you do that and follow nature as nature intended and eat all food and beverages in the proper format, you haven't fixed nothing. This goes for cancer or anything else you want to give a medical name. Okay, the body does not make special antibodies and call those special antibodies, these are herpes antibodies. That is the biggest joke out there. The body does not give antibodies special names. So when you have cancer or whatever, the body does not make special antibodies and call those cancer antibodies. People, come on. There's no such thing as fibromyalgia antibodies. Okay, the body make antibodies. The antibodies don't have any special names. Okay, see, as long as you continue to listen to junk science and all of this nonsense, you can't get clear about what it is you want to do. And this is why I'm here. After 15 years, I am still the only one out here. Really, I am the only one out here that's pushing the truth. Everybody else that was pushing virus, PCR, DNA tests, these people, they have fell off the block 10, 12 years ago. They stopped making videos. You know why? Because when their clients came back because that process didn't work, they didn't have any answers. So when I gave you the answers of how to fix your body 15 years ago, and as I do every single day, you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear me because I'm not preaching viral or virus cure. See, if I was preaching virus cure, okay, you'll be here. But I've been preaching the same stuff for 15 years. I'm preaching parasite cure. I'm preaching fix your gut cure. Okay, I'm preaching proper format and that the body require you to eat a certain way for life. See, these are things you don't want to do. You want to go against nature. You want to go against the grains. You don't want to follow anything. But you wouldn't dare go out there and put oil in your gas tank. But you don't mind putting junk in your body. You don't mind putting crab in your body. You don't mind putting pig in your body. See, you don't mind putting slop in your body. But your car, a lot of you won't even allow anybody to eat in your car. And that's a car. But you value your car over your body. See? This is Bervin, folks. Once again, if you are coming here because you want to learn how to do everything proper, as I continue to preach strong for 15 years, okay, I only want to deal with those individuals that want the truth. If you don't want the truth, I'm not your therapist. If you don't want to do it the right way, I am not your therapist. If you don't want to follow proper format for life, as I do every single day, I am not your therapist. If you want to come over here and push virus at me and virus this and virus, what you're pushing at me medical junk science. See, I have bypassed all of that stuff. But if you want to come over here and understand what I'm saying and know that what I'm saying make common sense, then come over here. Come over here and let's get it done. This is Bervin. Love you all. Signing off.